it's Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Today's question is, what is CNC play? So CNC stands for consensual non-consent. And so it's a form of kink where you are consenting to a scene that has non-consensual elements. So when we put together a kink scene, we're designing a pretend scenario we're going to have. So kind of a vanilla version of this is like vanilla meaning non-kinky is like if you and your lover decide that you're going to like have somebody dress up like a pirate and pirate and damsel in distress, which you can actually do in a totally kinky way too. But yeah, so it's pretend, it's role play. But CNC specifically, or consensual non-consent specifically, is playing with consent. So what that means is that someone's going to be saying no when they mean yes. So somebody's going to be saying things, the submissive person, presumably the receiving partner, is going to be saying no, stop, don't do that. When what they actually mean is, yes, I really like this and I'm enjoying playing with this brain space. When I sub for CNC play, when I do these scenes as the person who's saying no, I do them with, like, every time I say no, it feels really great in my brain. It makes my brain light up. It makes my body just aroused in a way that doesn't happen with other kinds of play. And that's just because I particularly like this particular form of play. And we all have our things that we're into that are different things. I want to talk about what CNC is not. So consensual non-consent is very different from non-consent. So consent is super important, and it is the cornerstone of sex positivity and of kink, in my opinion. And really, I would like to see it be the cornerstone of so much more of our lives, because I do think it's also the foundation of ethics. And whether the person is making a rational, informed decision to move forward with something. So if you are consenting to a scene that involves elements of non-consent, then you're saying, yes, I want to say no, or I want to be in this scene where somebody's going to be saying no, and then but I know that they're saying yes. And so for CNC scenes, consent or safe words are extremely important, because if you still need to have a way of withdrawing your consent. So if I'm eliminating me just saying no as withdrawing my consent, then I need another word that will allow my partners to know that I am no longer consenting if I change my mind mid-scene, because consent needs to be revocable at any time, even if you're doing consensual non-consent play. So why do we do this? Why do people want to play around with non-consent? Well, it feels good. But also, a lot of us want excitement, want kind of danger, and rape taboos are, so much of our society, we've been taught to fear sex, we've been taught to fear rape, we've been taught to fear violation, or we have experienced these things in real life. Or we just want to know what it would feel like to pretend that. So all of these things are reasons why people would want to do this, would want to try this out. And the first time I tried it was actually with my long-term spouse, and I just asked if I could say no, and during what was otherwise just gentle, loving, caring, romantic sex. And I was astonished by the effect it had on my brain, and how just deeply belonging and like beautifully possessed by my partner I felt in that moment. And then after the scene, of course, I regained that power and did not feel that possession anymore, but I felt really positive and full of energy. And so that just informed that. I'll also say that kink is not therapy, but like art, music, dance, kink can be therapeutic. As a tool. It is definitely not a replacement for therapy, but it can be a therapeutic tool. And as a rape survivor especially, and this is my personal experience, but as a rape survivor for me, playing with different elements of consensual non-consent has allowed my brain to have exposure that's reduced trauma triggers. It's allowed me to have my brain kind of work its way around all of these topics of consent violation in ways that you can't do just sitting and talking about it or imagining. it's accessing parts of the brain in a different way that has allowed me to do a lot of healing in this space, and healing that is really fun at the same time. So yeah, I'd encourage checking it out. Risks of CNC play include things like you have to know what your brains might do. Your brain is an interesting place that might react differently than you think. And so I have known people who've attempted CNC play and found that it didn't work for them because their brain like tripped into a place that they didn't like. There was a mental health issue with that. But that's not most people who do it. That's most people who do it find they do it to the level that feels comfortable for them, and it feels good. And frankly, if it feels good, do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. That's kind of a good rule of thumb for life in most cases. I mean, obviously accepting, obvious obligations or like, things you have to do for your body. But this is play. This is for fun. And so if you're doing something for fun, do what you like. Don't do what you don't like. Thank you very much for listening. This is Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Remember, you can ask me anything at kinkyqueerslut@gmail.com. And thank you for listening. Proud Poly Kinky Queer Slut is art. It is made for entertainment purposes only. I am not a subject matter expert on any of the topics discussed. Please do not rely on anything presented here as fact. Think for yourself, do your own research, make your own decisions. To submit a question, please email kinkyqueerslut@gmail.com.